Hello everyone, welcome back to Roll. I still want to get to a ludicrous number of dice, and I think we're going to do it with whatever the passive is that makes everything in the shop 80% off, but all the other passives don't work, because we're not going to be worrying about score, we're just going to be worrying about making as much stuff as possible. Now that will mean we will probably lose a bunch of our reroll capabilities on locked dice and the like, but that's just how it's going to have to be. So I'm going to set off and get myself some early game for spending, and then I'll catch up with you guys in the middle game. Alright, 1988 rolls remaining, our pair of 97s for our early game earning. Let's hop up to another tier of shop. Get that second die. Need some cash to reroll with. Right, is there anything here we want? Nothing in particular. I'm thinking I might skip over the second tier shop pretty early to get to the third tier. $20 times die quantity is going to be alright for us. Only like 100 rolls to get it, but we got it. Right, let's hop up again before we spend our free reroll. Really, we kind of want to be rushing to the fourth tier of shop, because that's when we get passives, and once we have passives we can get the 60% or 80% discount off everything, which is what we're going to need. However, 2 die adder faces here is nice, but is also very expensive. Right, let's turn off the pips for now. $5,000. We got 2,000 from that, so that's not too bad. Need some multipliers on those 97s, really. So let's just start loading up this guy with die adders then. And I think I'm just going to hop up to the next tier of shop. I'll take this guy. Now the question is, do I stick it on the left to get more dice created sooner, or do I stick it in the center to get the 97s rolling more often at this stage? I guess we'll do this over here, because eventually the intent is to get everything discounted, so the earning potential won't be as important. But we'll increase our earning potential a little bit right now by doing that. Don't think we need to add these die in particular. We'll worry about buying more dice after we've got the passive making everything more discounted. So we've introduced passives. We also have a 300 lockup there. Shop refresh adder isn't going to be quite as pertinent, I don't think. Although that said, there is one very specific thing we're looking for, but I'm going to get this locked immediately, I think. Take 6 times double rerolls here in the center, where all our earning potential currently is. And let's take a shop refresh adder. We'll stick that here where that's re-rolling already. Now we don't want to buy any of the passives that we don't need, which there is only one passive that we need for this build. So as tempting as those look, they're not what we want. There's one very specific thing we're looking for. And I think I'm actually just going to spend some time looking for it. So we'll stick this guy over here. And now we're going to hunt through rerolls at this earlier stage, looking for the passive that we want, whose name escapes me, but it will be very obvious when we find it. And I guess we'll pick up these other dyadas along the way. Get the dyadas rolling in triplicates. More adders. More shop refresh adders. Now I'm worried that I've gone too hard too soon. Although that was very successful right then. You can go there as well. There's another shop refresh adder. Now we're just looking for the passive that we want. Although, die booster face also is part of what we want. We'll stick that here in the event that we want to clone, or we probably want to clone this die now, don't we? When we get locks and keys. Die breeder adder is really also what we want. We would have liked to have seen buy one get ones at this point. Now that's 10 grand, this is 155 grand. We can just about get there, but I don't think this is going to be the one where it really goes wild. We might do 2 today then. I think I've just bought too much stuff before we get the discount that makes everything incredibly cheap. I probably have rolled over some locks as well because I'm bad. Also have not seen any keys yet, which I'd like to put on that center dice. These are not the passives we're looking for. So many die breeders, and they're all relatively so expensive because we haven't got the discount that we want. which is the really upsetting part. Because otherwise I think our RNG in the shop has been pretty good apart from that one factor. Prices haven't gone up too high yet. I'm sure you can get it on this tier of shop, right? It's not that I shouldn't have rushed. There it is. Big spender. All other passives have no effect, including all present and future passives. Everything is 80% off. Multiples all die results by 5. So we buy that, and then once we refresh once more, although we will lock something before we do that. Now, everything's really cheap. So we're just going to start buying dice. What's this? Die booster adder, sure. Now I think we probably want to go to our next tier of shop as well. Because that is going to enable us... What is that going to enable us to do? Where was my brain going with that thought? I don't know where it was going, but we'll take this. It's another dice. Right, I want to actually move this to here in the event that we get some keys. Yeah, we got here really late, unfortunately. Can I get a copy of you? I cannot. Alright, next best thing. How many rolls left on those are there? Because if there's not many... locked for 99, 246, 40 more rolls. We could probably roll through 40 more rolls. Working up through the rest of this stuff. That said, we've got way more than enough money for all of this stuff already, so perhaps not. Die breeder adder we do want, and die quantity times 100. Of course, I just totally re-rolled over the thing I was just talking about wanting, but sure. At this point, one individual purchase probably won't make all the difference. There's another lock. Now, we don't have any of these unlocked to make copies with yet. As soon as it does... we can lock one and we can make a copy of that one before we lock it. So 19 more rolls. Right, now let's make a copy of that. And then lock it for 500, but we've got no way of re-rolling, so let's not do that. Since we don't have any extra keys yet either. Still no keys. Can add another copy of it though. $50 times quantity multiplier. I don't know if they're all better off on one face or different faces where they can actually appear at the same time, but at this point it's not so much my concern. Still no keys. We'll add a copy of you again. So there's a bunch of those sitting out in the field now. Lotto die adders are like fine, but they're never going to grow exponentially for us, so they're far less concerning for me. Can't believe we haven't seen a single key. Lock this again. Hey look, a key. Right. Let's take the key. We'll pop that right there. Get another one of these guys going. And pop that on here. Re-roll a die is actually really cool. Because what we can do is if we remember it's there, we could move it possibly here or some such nearby to where we want stuff to be unlocking and re-rolling. There's our opportunity. Right now, without more locks and keys and all the rest, I don't think this one's gonna go astronomical. A die copy for 13 million gives us a chance to see our die breeding in action. Die breeder adder is again one of the things that we really want lots of. we'd like lots of opportunities to clone it. 100 times our current die amount. It's going to be worth a pretty penny. And someone said to me recently, rather than going back and counting how many wide and deep your rolls are, when you want to figure out how many dice you have, just come to here, 164 dice times 50 times 5 big spender. So 164 dice. Just find it in the metrics there. Very handy. Very late for only our second key. Probably get rid of that guy now. And then we would just need more locks. So yeah, funding hasn't really been the problem. Getting the passives and locks and keys that we want very early has not gone terribly well for us this time round. Because as ever, with this approach, it's not really about trying to post the highest score. It's just trying to break the game a bit with volume of dice. Which today we're not going to have done. 256 dice at the moment. I'm not even sure what I would want at this point. We can roll down to there. Check this guy. 276 dice. So yeah, I think we need to see Big Spender sooner. I'm pretty sure we can see it in the third upgraded shop, the fourth tier of shop, before we get to the final tier of shop. So what I will do is I will pause here, do the early and mid game again up until we get Big Spender, and then see how things pop off from there for you guys. So here's a great big jump cut for you. Alright, we are back. Let me show you what we've got. 1425 rolls left. We have here in the center a 97 and a 95 with 10x and 3x on it. And here I got a 3 times adjacency multiplier just because I wasn't sure if this would trigger this die when it was locked, when I lock it later, if that would make this go down by 3 rather than 1 each time, or 4 if it's rerolling 4 times. We do want this guy here, but we also probably want that first. Although that said, buying Big Spender is not going to reduce this face because we need to reroll to get that into effect. So now is when everything is very cheap. We can buy lots of dice, which is going to help with our earning potential at this stage. Whilst we don't have much else going on. And it's basically, yeah, we can buy as much of anything that we want. Should I be buying things like incrementers? Just to put, I don't know, over here and just have that working its way up towards 99s? Sure, because not anything else isn't going to matter because we're never going to have a no 99s passive bonus. So, now the question becomes, do I want to go to the next tier up? Well, for a start, I would like this lock. And I'm going to put that lock over here on this very pimped out die. And hope we see that come back soon. That means this 500 over here. I guess we can put it up here, because that's not doing too much for us right now, but does contain a die breeder. Even if just a single one. Rebate faces, I don't know how useful that's going to be, although that said, with the rebates, there's going to be so many times that we are going to be adding something on any individual roll. The odds that we get something back is going to be pretty high. So now we're looking for keys. I'm going to get another 10x here to put on the 95 to match the 97. Keys, locks, faces that do stuff. We're looking for a lot of that. Single face multipliers and stuff I think are less pertinent to purchase, but I mean, why not as well? We'll look through here for a while. Lotto adders, as I said, don't fill me with huge hope, but die booster adders, or die booster dice, seem like a reasonable time for us. And if this isn't going to be expensive, which it's not, we will buy it, we will put it somewhere. We do need to start building up another target for cloning when we get another lock or similar later. So why not up there? And whilst we're taking the opportunity to make stuff roll more, let's go with you as well, because we're not going to be able to get universal rerollers because we're not going to have any more passives. We'll take a reroller die. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it yet, but it's there. At this stage, we can kind of still read the kind of the lay of the land, because we haven't got 400 dice to look at yet. But that will happen eventually. I'm going to put that there. Now what I should really test is whether locked for 484 more rolls, 83, 82, 81 even when we saw this, 80, 79, 78. So I don't think the adjacency roller is actually making the dice any more efficient, which is a shame. But so be it. Plenty of cash to work with now. I'm not going to concern myself with die rebate faces so much. Who are we building as a cloning target? You, I suppose. Also, I do wonder if I should be worrying about weights on faces like this that are going to produce more die for us more quickly, because we're never going to have any bonuses that are passive for not having die face weights, so we might as well have the weights, right? So why not put a lightweight on that guy there? Replaces a die face of your choice with a die breeder adder. Every 200 times this face is rolled, it adds a new die face with die plus. Die adder adds a die every 50 rolls. We definitely want that. We want it yesterday. And we will put that on our new target for cloning. I'll start buying other things that might slowly build our score. Do I want to move a die face anywhere? Maybe like... this to here, so we have an even stronger clone target when we get there. Right, that's another lotto. But die adding is die adding. Does that one have rerolls on it? It does. It has a triple reroll on it. That's fine. And sure, why not buy the incrementers as well? Right, shop refresh adders, I think we are going to want, although less important now that we do have the one very important passive that we need. What I will do is just start getting one die somewhere. We'll use this guy next to this re-rolling face. Just load it up with those so we don't even have to think about it later if we don't want to. Right, that is a target for cloning as soon as we see a lock. There is a lock. Looking for keys now. Not the captain of Halo fame. And I guess we can buy more rerollers for somewhere. It's not going to do us much harm, is it? Narrator. It would come back to do him lots of harm. Right, so we've got decent funding. We have a good basis of a machine going. What we do still want is to upgrade the last tier of the shop. Do we have a target for this die? These guys haven't even popped once yet, which is a shame. How long left on you? 243. Man, we've done a lot of work in 50 rolls, haven't we? So I guess either way, we want to lock something because it's another die when it cracks. Regardless of what cracks, it's another die. So, I guess in lieu of having anything else to pick from, we'll pick the guy that has one face on it. We'll buy all the other dice that are available to us at this time. We'll add 53 to itself to make a 99 there. We'll add a 59 and put that over here, why not? I could get all the voids and stuff, but I think that's just going to get me stuck in the weeds a bit. There's a lotto die. Keep thinking I'm never going to be able to afford two things in a row when I can quite frequently afford two things in a row. Right, you there. Have a triple reroll. Who else? you just because I'm going to build next to you because you're on that center location. Okay, is it time to think about... No, it's not. I was going to say upgrading our shop again. So this is where I want to focus keys when we get them, so we'll start building up this one on this side now. Buying everything else that we find along the way. We should probably weight something down, right? Like this guy. Maybe even glue in some of these positions. Chance to swap die faces if we want to. So why not steal that guy over to here? And is there another one of those somewhere? Doesn't actually seem to be. We've already moved the ones that we have access to. Right, forget that for the moment then. Or we might have just bought one. We have. Right, we will upgrade the shop eventually. There's another lock. So I think we're going to have to lock this at this time. And then I think I might upgrade the shop so that we can start looking for keys. Because I've not seen a key yet. Two of those is really nice. Let's just check their whole faces. So those guys can definitely be targets for locks or similar in a moment, particularly if we find some keys and we can change the geometry of where they're placed a little bit. The scoring stuff I'm not too interested in. Another die adder face. And again, we'll buy the dice that we have available to us. Haven't seen much in the way of shop re-rolls, although affording them isn't part of the problem at the moment. What I am going to do though, in fact, is move this guy to here. So we can put keys in that center one. And then if we get a chance to move another one, we'll kind of get them on a... If you think about a chessboard with all of them on opposite alternations, we can then have effectively the white squares being our targets for dice locks and the others being the targets for keys. So we can get multiple keys impacting multiple tiles at the same time. Add a copy of a dice is really nice. Very expensive though. What do we want to copy of? Probably this. And let's move it. And so if we've got these guys wanting to be locks, we'll want this to be a key. So this will be a lock. Perhaps eventually. I'll take 50 times dice because that's going to be high scoring for us. Die adder, we had a face that had 2 of these on, or at least 1, so we'll pop that there. Throw you just about anywhere. So we have fully upgraded our shop now. Probably want something re-rolling, particularly those ones that we want to be targets of locks later, because if they have re-rolls, the re-roll will get cloned as well. There's a key. Very happy to see it. So that's going to go right here. And hopefully we'll get those guys unlocking, but we still haven't unlocked the very first one that we put in place. We've actually managed to get a lot of other stuff going. There's another adder copy. There's another lock. Let me just get re-rolling in triplicate, because whatever I lock now, which is going to be this guy, I know we just put a 2x on it, but I'd like it to have triplicate. Then we can lock this. Then add a copy. Alright, there's our initial one unlocked. So what are we going to make a copy of? One of those. Right, we want die movement now when we see him. This is why shop reroll adders would have been useful for looking for things like dice movement stuff. So we've got this section here working as planned. We're going to want this to get locked, and so we want this to be keys. If this is going to be keys, we want to move this and this. Now, is there a target for locks that is not currently re-rolling? Yes, you. I'm not sure when it's all going to start, but momentarily I think we're going to have a lot of dice growing very quickly. There's another movement. So key, lock, 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 lock. I guess I'm going to put this guy here. Just need more keys. The other option would be to get lots of keys on one dice and then start cloning the keys with locks, but that's going to slow us down until it really speeds us up afterwards, I suppose. More re-rollers. Shall we turn on the pips for a moment? That's about what we'd expect it to look like, without the huge giant impacts of lottos giving us really, really huge ones. More of our dice unlocking now. And that one is being re-rolled, it seems, which is nice. Not sure exactly what's doing that, unless... No, I'm not sure, but it is being re-rolled faster, and it is being impacted by the key. It's probably something else we want impacting by triple re-rolls at the moment. How about you? You're not currently getting triple re-rolled. Alright, we're going to have to turn those pips off again. Alright, the rest I'm not going to concern myself with. So yeah, right now I would like to see keys. Obviously more die adding faces is cool, but locks and keys are going to really give us the extra growth that we want. There is a shop refresh adder. Did we buy one of those already? We did, we put it there. So you can join over there. We can move a face. Let's take you. And where in our geometry do we want you to be? There. Alright, we don't really need to worry about moving any more stuff now until we get some more keys. Here, every time you kind of hear that cartridge noise, that's another dice being created. There's a key. You love to see it. Very expensive, but that's fine. So this key is impacting these four. So I think we want a key here that can impact these four and also this guy, or here and impact those, which both of these will then have cross relation with two key spots. If we find rerolls in triplicate for the key dice now, because I don't think this has it, so you can get one of those. A 100 times die quantity is going to be a lot of value for us now. Still, we need locks, keys, all that good stuff. Now what I'd like to do is change something for this 6 here that isn't doing very much where it stands. Let's steal back one of you. Shop refresh adder, I will add to the die of shop refreshing, which is right there. How long have we been going? 50 minutes now in 2 episodes. I'll take a 40x. die breeder. Don't mind if I do. This 500 still hasn't cracked. Lotto adder. Lotto dice are still dice. Where are we going to put it? There. There's a lock. So we want to lock one of the ones that's going to be impacted by a key on both sides. So that's probably going to be this guy. Although I'd rather have this guy getting cloned because it makes dice that makes more dice, whereas these only make more dice. So do we happen to have a change? We don't. Alright, so be it. We will lock this. And keep in mind that we want to swap these two around at our next convenience, or find more keys. More shop refreshes, very welcome. If we can find the shop refresh die, which we can. Another die breeder, crossing the 1,000 rolls remaining mark. 5 more dice here. Can we see somewhere? 231 dice currently. Most rolls, adding a dice now. Which if we averaged 1 through the remainder, we get 900 more, which would be very nice. There's a lotto die. And another 10. There's a lock. Glad I didn't miss that. And we want to lock one of these. Again, do we have a movement? May well have whizzed by one, but so be it if we did. I guess we're going to take this again. Adjacent to 2 keys. Another adder. $17 million for 10 more. Right, so that is now 332 dice. I think my best was around 500, a little less than. Add a copy of a die. Very nice, but ludicrously expensive. I do want to swap a die, but I think the one I want to swap is going to be locked, right? This guy. Tell you what, though. Let's invest in that a second. And what I want is this one with the 3 150 die adders to be in a location where it can be hit by both keys. So we can simply do that and get most of the effect we want, I think. Let's get 10 more dice. I think we actually created more than 10 die rolling to try and earn enough money to buy 10 dice. Then we'll buy one that times our total dice number by 100. Anything else we want? Probably not. there anywhere in this jungle that we actually want to put this directly specifically? I don't think so. So I'll stick it there. Why not? Is there anything that we are looking to clone or the rest that does not have triple reroll on it? This only has 2 times reroll with a key, so we definitely want that getting up to triples. A modded die for 12 million. Pretty expensive. Don't want voids, don't want weights. Add reroller die for 8 million. Are we averaging about 1 million a roll, give or take? Die breeder, we definitely do want. Wherever it ends up. Where did you end up? Right there. And we are going to put reroll in triplicate on that. Very tiny. Incredibly tiny. Right, what are we up to now? 446 dice. Still 800 rolls remaining. Getting a little bit of chug now. Not going to deny it. Another die booster adder. We'll stick that. Oh goodness, where are we going to put that? Who knows? Right there. Yeah, still surprised by the lack of locks and keys that we've seen. I think those particular dice just weren't worth it. I don't think I really need to be worrying about scoring faces either now. I think we can just re-rolling, looking for locks, keys, things to buy, or dice to buy. And letting the chug crawl on. If it's looking framey for you guys, that's because it's very framey for me at the moment. Is there a lock up there? There is a lock up there. Alright, so we want this guy. I need like a mental order of operations. Is there a lock? No. Is there a key? Yes. How many dice is that now? 531. 545. 546. 548. 549. So we're averaging about a die a roll, I think. What were we rolling up to? 89 million for a key. That's not so bad. I think that's the edge of our shop there that you can see loading across the side of the screen. I haven't achieved that one yet. Right, I think I'm gonna put a key then here so that this and this can be impacted by 3 keys. You can see the telltale sign of this. Oh no, it disappeared. Right, buying more. dice then. Maybe it's when it zooms out to show us another row. Another key. And another shop refresh adder. I'll take that first because that's far cheaper than the key. There's the shoplet hanging out over there. Right, shop refresh adder. Where's that? That goes there. That's where you live. Then, do we want to move something before we buy another key? Because we absolutely can. So you're getting impacted by 3 keys. You're impacted by 2 keys. I guess not really. Because there's nothing that we can move to add something else to be impacted by 3 keys or to make this be impacted by 4 keys. So moving something isn't going to be of any benefit to us. So let's roll up for another key because we've got nothing else to be shopping for. Just watch them go across the bottom, then left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right as they climb up. This is the speed it now goes when I hold the spacebar, by the way. This isn't me going 1, 1, 1, 1. For that, we will stick it here, I guess. And I think we're just going to re-roll looking for locks. I mean, we'll buy some of these as we go, I suppose. We're up to 687 die. That's a new record for me. Thank you to the person that pointed out that I could just hover over that and see how many dice I have and it's counted there for me, rather than me having to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and then doing the math, because this is just a huge time saver for me. Right, I'm going to buy a weight. Possibly should have done more with weights far sooner, but I'm just going to buy a weight and I'm going to put it on the key on the 77 there. Now we're looking for... Have we got that one rerolling in triplicate as well? Because if we don't, I will make it so. There you go. Now, more locks, please. Game, more locks. 128 million for 10 more dice. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I think we might be better off actually just looking for locks. At this point. There you go. So that is going to go on you. Another, yes. So we're not going to get 4 keys on this, but we'll get at least 2 keys, I think. So let's go for that one. And they will definitely come back to us before we finish, which is great. Add a copy would be great, but 440 million is too much rolling to get there. Another key for 202 million would give us another spot where we're unlocking on 3 fronts. This is as fast as it goes now. No sign of it crashing yet, but We are at a crawl. Right, I was buying a key, wasn't I? So the first one that we locked appears to have unlocked already. So I'm going to stick a key there. Thought it wasn't going to let me then. And then, look, a lock. Yes. It's all coming up Millhouse. Back on that one. More locks. Yes. I don't care that you're a 500 lock. I can still do it. Right, so you two were our prime suspects. So I guess we'll take this guy over here. Because we don't have a spot. If we did this one, we could move that lock. But then we lose out on this having 3. So we'll do this guy for now then, I think. Whichever one of them rerolls in triplicate. You do. Right, more locks please, more locks. Right, now we are hunting for rerolls, I guess. Die Breeder, 114 mil. Probably going to get to 1,000 dice soon. Shall we risk turning back on the pips? Yeah, they got a long way to travel, don't they? It's almost kind of alien, isn't it? Like some kind of eggs or frog spawn flowing through the universe. I've been doing this run too long, haven't I? Is there anything we wanted to buy? No. Locks? Locks. 10 more dice, 207 million? Probably get to 207 million. Imagine what this would be like if we had a universal reroller. Obviously we never would have been able to purchase so much stuff if we had other passives. But this has got wild. There's 10 more dice right across the top, I think. Nope, across the bottom. Right, what else? What else? I probably could have done something with glue through this whole process, but I am beyond worrying about min-maxing for right now. Locks? Locks? No locks. Die Breeders? 162 million? Right, what I would like to catch is what 1,000 dice looked like. There's 999. And there's 1001. We are not allowed to see what 1000 dice looks like. We were rolling up to this, that's fine. Right, place your bets. How many dice are we going to finish on? Locks, 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 no locks. I think if you had better lock RNG, you could do so much more with this. I also wonder, what does this screen look like? Yeah, there's the shop. Basically looks much like as you would expect. I think if we get another couple of rows, we'll actually see the dice in the background of the shop while we're shopping in it, which would be very funny. There's a lock. You love to see it. Where's it going? Here. I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I have had breaking it. I know lots of you wanted to see this run come to fruition, and I'm glad we could get something really, really excessive going. Now basically, if it's not a lock, or perhaps 10 more die, I'm not interested in buying it. Like die breeders, 200 mil. I guess if a reroll is 88 mil, 200 mil can't be too hard to get to. It's about one roll a second, give or take. It's going to take another 5 minutes of straight rolling just to get to the end. It's interesting, you can kind of see the flutter of the dice that are re-rolling as opposed to all those that aren't, that stay static. Alright, 300 rolls to go. Now we stopped and acknowledged the 1000 dice mark earlier. Where do you think we are now? Let's see. 1181. There's a free reroll. No locks. Eventually we'll get to a point where even with our keys and stuff, trying to get a lock to unlock isn't going to be worthwhile. Hey, why not? Absolutely, why not? We do it against the one with the 4 keys surrounding it, which is this one. We might just be able to get it cracked before the end of the run. Alright, let's re-roll down to 200. Then we'll rotate through our shop re-rolls that we've earned. See if there are any last locks that we can get. We're currently watching that one there to see if it pops with all the keys around it. My brain always just slightly thinks, looking at the left and right hand sides climbing, who's going to get there first? But it's always going to be the left, because the left one gets to die before the right side does. Alright, that 500 lock got cracked a while ago. No locks there. Let's go down to 150. How many dice are we on now? Find me a die face counter. 1,362. Probably end up around 1,500 dice, give or take. Last chance for locks. No, look like it's not going to happen. I'm going to put that one right there. That's exactly where I wanted to put it. It was really important that it went on that specific one, wasn't it? Alright, then I think it's time to simply roll out for another 2.5 minutes. See where we end up. Yeah, with even more luck in the RNG for getting good keys, good early passive that you need, good locks, I reckon this could go even more exponential than it has. But it's like with the 16 and 25 die lotto runs for high scores. You just have to be prepared to fight RNG to get there. Oh, go on then. Go on. Yeah, there's what is that? This, yeah, that's our active die rolls, and this is the shop, and then this is the all of our faces of our dice. Right. Key, that one. Alright, let's do it. Right, 1545 dice at the moment. Probably around 1,700 perhaps. The lock has not yet popped. There he goes. Let's try and not accidentally re-roll through the last one. Although we've still got about a minute to get there. Posting a respectable 1 billion points. Alright. Let's put the pips on again. Yeah, frame rate loves that, doesn't it? That is ludicrous. Alright, we'll turn those off, and then we will do these last 29 rolls. We start a fresh row. $12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And our survey says 1,716 die, plus an extra 4. 1,717, I think I saw at the end there. So that's what can happen if you get die breeders and locks and keys and all of that fun stuff. If you've stayed through this much of this video, thank you ever so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. If you have any ideas for other runs you'd like to see, put them in the comments below. Please maybe leave a like if you got through all this and enjoyed it as well. Otherwise, I will see you in the next one. Cheers.